Hello students, now we'll do short question and answers of lesson 3, and remember the words in italics or underlined are the important words of that question, which are also known as the keywords, and they are required to be mentioned in that answer. They are the highlighting points of that answer. So we'll start with the first question. Why do animals need food? So it is a general question which I can ask otherwise also. Why do we need food? Because we need food to, yes, very true. We need food to have energy, to grow, and to stay fit also. In the same way, animals also need food. So the answer is animals need food to live, grow, and stay healthy. So these are the three main important keywords of this answer: to live, grow, and stay healthy. Next question is, what are omnivores? Give two examples. So in the keywords we discussed about omnivores. What are omnivores? That eat both plants and flesh of animals. That is what is in the answer also. Animals that eat plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores. So eating both plants and flesh. Example, bear, crow, dog. Now a bear can eat fish also, and it can eat plants also. It generally eats bamboo sticks. So what is it? Bear is an omnivore, same as crow and dog. And as already discussed, human beings are also omnivores. Next question is, what are scavengers? Now scavengers, as we discussed, what do they eat? They eat the flesh of dead animals. So that is the answer, animals that eat flesh of dead animals. Example, hyena and vulture. So it was discussed that hyena and vulture, they do not hunt their own food. They do not go for hunting. Rather, they depend on the remains of the dead animals that are left by a carnivore animal or an already dead animal that is lying there. So they themselves do not hunt another animal. So this is the main keyword, that they eat the flesh of dead animals, not live ones. Remember. Next question is, what are decomposers? Give example. So in this word, decomposer is important. So first of all, we'll just read out the answer. Organisms that decompose the remains of dead plants and animals. Example, fungi and bacteria. Now those organisms like fungi and bacteria which are able to decompose means to break down, to decay the remains of dead plants and animals. So whatever is left out of a dead plant and animal, these decomposers, they break down those remains from the complex forms to simpler forms, which are eventually converted into nutrients and which could be easily absorbed by the soil. And these nutrients, which are conveyed into the soil by fungi and bacteria, which act as decomposers, they help the plants to grow properly. And these animals, they also act as, you could say, preventing the piling up of the dead remains of animals. You can, for example, you have seen a dead rat lying somewhere. So what happens is, after some days you will see that nothing is left of that rat over that place. Why? Because these decomposers, they act on that dead rat and they eventually break down the whole left out of that rat, and it gets complexed or included in the soil by these decomposers present in the soil. I hope you have understood what are decomposers. And the last question is, how do frogs and lizards use their tongue to catch insects? Now this is a whole process, a stepwise process which they carry out. I'll first read out the answer. First step is, frogs and lizards have a long sticky tongue. Secondly, they shoot out their tongue to catch the insects. Then insects get stuck on their tongue, and the tongue is then rolled back into the mouth, and food is swallowed whole without chewing. So these are the 5 steps in which the whole process occurs. What is there? We already know, or you might have seen a lizard with its long tongue, and even frogs. Both of them, they have a long sticky tongue. Now because of their sticky tongue, it is easy for them to catch their prey. What do? Whenever they see an insect which they want to eat, they suddenly shoot out or just throw open their mouth, and the tongue comes out immediately and to catch the insect. Now because the tongue is sticky, the insect, it gets stuck on the tongue. The insect sticks to the tongue, and then what do? They just bring that tongue back into their mouth, that is rolling back the tongue into their mouth, and then they do not chew that insect, rather they swallow it as a whole. So chewing is not there. So the whole process involves sticky tongue. The main important feature is the sticky tongue, because of which the insect sticks to that tongue, and then they just roll that tongue back into their mouth, and without chewing they just swallow it. I hope you have understood the answer. Now we have already provided you the video of the chapter, which I think will help you to complete the back exercises provided along with these videos. Now if there is any problem, you can always ask, and I hope that you have understood the short question answers. Thank you.